Hi, I'm Premankur Biswas and I will tell you how 2023 was for the queer community of India. For a community which was denied marriage equality this year, was it all heartbreak? Well, yes and no. Let's find out. This was something the queer community of India was waiting for with bated breath. Riding on a wave of optimism after the 2018 judgment, which decriminalized homosexuality in India, the queer community of India was hoping for a favorable judgment in the marriage equality case. This was always a tall order, considering the fact that the central government was opposed to marriage equality in India. Adding to this was the fact that our marriage laws are very gender specific. Many petitioners we spoke to talked about their disappointment, of course, and also spoke about the fact that this was probably not the right time to file the petition, which probably means that they wanted a different government in power for filing this petition. Another thing they talked about was the least that could be offered to them was civil union. The petitioners filed for a review and asked for an open court hearing. Meanwhile, our neighboring country Nepal has legalized same-sex marriages. The death of a 16-year-old teenager in Ujjain, who was a makeup artist, brought into the focus the kind of bullying and hatred queer content creators are subjected to in India. The Indian Express spoke to the mom of the teenager, who told us that adequate steps should be taken to protect LGBTQIA content creators in India, who are the most vulnerable to online trolling. Many other content creators I spoke to also talked about the kind of bullying they face on social media platforms. The Indian Express also spoke to Meta, which talked about its policy when it comes to protecting content creators. You can find out more about this in the link to the article given below.
Union Minister for Women and Child Development Smriti Irani found herself in the middle of a very queer controversy recently. At the winter session of Rajya Sabha, she stated that she is opposed to the concept of paid menstrual leave for women while replying to a question posed by Rashtriya Janata Dal MP Manoj Kumar Jha. Jha had asked Irani whether the draft menstrual policy will contain provisions to promote and provide for menstrual hygiene amongst LGBTQIA+ community. While taking a dig at Jha for asking this question, Irani said in an interview,
"Which gay man without a uterus has a menstrual cycle?"
Opposition leaders criticized Irani for not getting the ambit of LGBTQIA+. The umbrella term also includes transgender persons, many of whom menstruate.
Well, this was a bright spot, kind of. While Sushmita Sen's Tali received a bit of criticism for casting, obviously, a cishet person in a role of a trans person, which was that of Gauri Sawant, shows like Made in Heaven and Rainbow Rishtas earned a lot of praise for casting trans people and trans activists for roles which were meant for trans characters. Then there was Kaatal, The Core, starring South Indian superstar Mammootty, which talked about being a queer person and coming out later in life with a lot of sensitivity and maturity.
There can be no doubt about the fact that a queer teenager growing up in India now has much more to relate to in popular culture than they did in 1990s and 2000s.
For that, we are thankful.